It's always a pleasure to stand up here and just to say hi to everyone and to explain and update everyone on some of the projects that you have participated in the country of Zambia. So before I introduce the guest speaker for today, I want to introduce two of the guests that I have here today. Maddie Helms, who is our employee of African Vision, Hope and Partner Relations. And then Anna Davey, who is Executive Director of African Vision of Hope. However, you may know her as Anna Bertels, former president of Interact in high school, during high school. That's been quite a few years ago. I want to introduce my wife, Judi Bertels, who is president of African Vision of Hope. She is also a Paul Harris Fellow. I want to thank you for nominating her in the past. So, Judi.
I'm going to need technology help when I get to that point. But anyway, I just want to tag on what Jennifer said today. You know, what a great community we live in. I've lived here 41 years. I don't know how long you've lived in this community. And I was just showing Maddie around. She lives on the Missouri side. What a wonderful community we live in. And you're a part of that, and you help make this community great. Rotary is dear to my heart. I've shared that before. Your motto, service above self. I've seen it globally, and I've seen the difference you make in lives globally. You don't just meet, you're actually changing lives. So thank you for what you do and serving the community and actually serving the world and changing the world. Anyway, I want to tag on what Jennifer said and just bring you into kind of what we're doing globally with partnerships here. Is, you know, the work and the beauty of what we've been given in creation, what God has given us, takes that work and helps us invest in lives that bring life change and transformation. So that's just what I want to share with you today. This is almost our 25th year, believe it or not. Next year will be our 25th year. And as I am speaking, one of our college students, I'm praying, is in Chicago. I haven't heard from him. First time flying. He got on a plane yesterday and hopefully will land here today. So if you're interested in just hearing from him and just seeing the transformed lives of what water, medical care, and education can do to a child globally, he will be at the outlet in Edwardsville on May the 7th. You do have to RSVP. I have some of these over there. And it's not a fundraiser, it's an evening just to come here and be encouraged and inspired about what investing in lives can do. So I just want to give you the opportunity to be part of that. Okay, so what do I do? Maddie, all right. You got to keep up. I guess they can see that, but it's not full screen up there. All right. Full screen. No. All right. Now, right here. Right there. Okay. The other thing I wanted to just mention, yay, is our office is in Maryville, Illinois, just right off of 159. And if anybody ever has opportunity to volunteer, I don't say we use, but we are thankful for the volunteers that serve almost every day of the week, from every kind, from stuffing envelopes to helping do construction to helping put backpacks together that we ship overseas. So we would love to see you, or just stop in and meet our team. We're right behind Subway in Maryville. So I just wanted to share a little bit about that. This is just kind of one of our taglines that we say, ending extreme poverty, one child at a time. I really don't know that it's one child at a time. Oh, look what I've done. Anna. What do I do?
Can't hear it, so.
I can't. Oh, is the sound not working?
Might be on mute too.
Oh. We heard it just now.
What?
They're making fun of me, not you.
Oh, okay, that's good. Because if they're making fun of me, I'm
No,
gonna have
no,
to.
they're making fun of me.
I bet we could hear it just now, but let me share it, the sound with
I'm gonna introduce you to one of our students, Noreen. That just kind of gives you an idea of what life change looks like.
My
When
name
you're
is Noreen, and I'm a grade 12 pupil at African Vision of Hope, Kablonga. My father died just when I was 1 year in 1999 because he was poisoned by one of his family members. When my father died, we had to move from here to the village because my mom couldn't afford to take us to schools in town. We had to farm for us to have income. Sometimes I wouldn't have been able to go to school because I would work in the field, so I would feel so tired. Because of lack of food, would sleep without eating, or maybe would spend a day without eating. After I wrote my grade 9, my mother couldn't afford to take me to grade 10, so it was really a big challenge for me. She told me that she can't do it anymore because she's weak, she's been sick for 4 years now, and she can't work anymore as a farmer to take me to school. So I thought I wouldn't go back to school. It really made me feel bad, feel unhappy, feel lost. I felt neglected. I felt unloved. I felt so hopeless. Fortunately, God provided, made a way where there seemed to be no way. That's how I came to African Vision of Hope. I heard about African Vision of Hope from the principal of the school. I was very happy that I was given free food, free accommodation, and free education. When I came to African Vision of Hope, I prayed to my God, and the smile that I lost long ago was restored back. Hope really means a lot. It gives me happiness, knowing that I can do all things through Him who strengthens me. I'm in grade 12 and I'm graduating this year, and when I graduate, I want to go into the university and start medicine. I really appreciate for the great job you're doing, for your support, for your love and your care. You've thought of us, specifically for me. You've thought of me as a Zambian child, that I really deserve happiness, I deserve better life, I deserve to be educated. Yeah, you've put a smile on my face. It's not by power nor by might, but it's by the grace of God that I'm here.
Hi, my name is Noreen Vula. I'm a fourth-year student at Eden University, pursuing Bachelor's of Science in Environmental Health. I also acquired a diploma in Environmental Health from Eden University, African Vision of Hope sponsorship. And I'm so grateful. I just want to extend my gratitude to the entire African Vision of Hope for everything that they're doing in life. Bye.
I do now, just. Okay, you're gonna have to fix that. I was looking at this word here today, create hope in the world. And I don't think there's any
My name is
stronger words or any better phrase than really those, that we have this potential and this ability to bring hope into lives here in the community, here across the globe that are just hopeless and just change the rest of their life. So that's just kind of our vision, really. How do I move this thing? I don't see an arrow. Oh, there it is. I see an arrow. Oh, okay. Okay.
Executive director.
These are the 6 things we focus on in the countries that we're working in. Education is not free. So school and going to school and being educated is a privilege. Just imagine how we would feel if that's the way it was, if that's the way it was here. Actually entering a classroom was a privilege, and that's how all of our children feel. Rescuing and restoring. Some of our children do not have families, do not have parents. They're in very dangerous situations. So just giving them the opportunity to bring them into a loving home so they can grow up healthy. Training and sustaining through agriculture and sewing programs. Nutrition and clean water has probably been our biggest focus the last 12 to 24 months. I'll talk a little bit about that. Cultivating innovation through robotics and sciences, and developing godly leaders for their country. Gosh, I don't know. Okay, nutritious food. One of the things, we're doing 20,000 meals a day. If you've ever been part of packing food, I think you have, haven't you? Been part of packing the rice? We are really blessed to have amazing partners. 2 years ago, we finished a food security building in the country, not knowing what was going to happen. And this year, Zambia had probably the worst drought, all the countries surrounding there, that they've had in the last 20 years. And we were there in March. They've lost about 80% of all their crop. So we are, through those wonderful nutritious meal packs, we're doing about 20,000 meals a day with children. So it's very life-saving. Along with clean water, because along with the drought, we have a water issue. Not only no power every day, but also the dam is not able to produce electricity and the wells are drying up. So in the last few weeks, we've had to drill several emergency wells where the water has either dried up or the well collapsed. So your focus changes in developing countries when you walk into situations like this where there's no food and there's no water, because without those 2 things, nothing else can move forward. So that's been a lot of what we've focused on lately. The feeding program, I can't say enough about it. We have an amazing team there. We have a group that inventories the food, delivers it into the hands of schools and small rural schools every day of the week. So they're moving all over the country. And this rice has changed lives because it's packed with soy and protein and some vitamins and also some dried vegetables. And these are all our school children. These pictures were just like 2 weeks ago, just some of the emergency wells we had to drill on from a Sunday to a Monday, or there was not going to be school. There's no way to cook, and there's no way to have any kind of sanitation. Water is so important, and we have it at our fingertips. But if you really close your eyes and think about it, if somebody took away every water source you had during the day, it's the first thing you need in the morning. You can't cook, you can't do anything without it. So it's just critical that we're able to meet these needs and be able to step in an emergency and get those boreholes dug. And I know Rotary's been part of some of that sanitation with us in the past. All of our schools have flushable toilets, very critical to your health versus what we were doing when we started. And hand washing stations, the ability to wash their hands before they eat, and the ability to just be able to get a drink of water. And they get a drink of water just like that with their hands underneath it. College scholarships, I want to share, you met Noreen. Nawa is on his way here. This was not something we thought about 20 years ago or 25 years ago. We were surviving as a ministry, trying to get kids into school. But now those kids are graduating. And we have, this year, almost 80 students that we're sponsoring in college. So, and you met Noreen, so that is one of the really critical things we're doing to help, develop these students and help them be part of the future that their country needs. They are going to school in their country. They do not come here. We don't want that. We want them to stay in their country and be able to help them. So that's Grace. When she started our school, grew up in a mud home with a thatched roof, and she's in college now, along with a couple of her siblings. Nawa is the one that's on his way here, 5th-year medical student in Zambia. Would love for you to meet him if you have time next week. Cultivating Innovation, we opened last year, probably the only STEM-focused school in that country. It's the African Vision of Hope Christian Academy of Science and Technology. Focuses on robotics, sciences, math, carpentry, even in the arts. And all of our schools, that's it right there. Every school in the last 12 months, we put in labs for the kids to have hands-on learning versus just being taught from a teacher, which is the way things are usually done there. So this is all of the sub-Saharan African countries suffer in the sciences and the maths because they do not have labs, they don't have teachers. So this is something we are investing in for the future of their country versus them outsourcing a lot of the work that needs to be done there. These are all pictures, by the way, from the last couple of weeks, so they're fairly new, just new labs. So it's so exciting to see. It's just exciting. We have robotics clubs, and we're leaving in a couple weeks. Excited we're going to get to be part of their the JETS Club, which is junior engineering that a lot of our students will be participating in for a 4-day event. Medical, this is something else that's really grown in the last couple of years as we have 2 full-time nurses on staff that were our students. So the healthcare is really changing as they are weighing 30% of our students twice a year to track their weight and height, as well as just being able to treat malaria and worms and tuberculosis and the things that we are battling every day. And I know as Rotary, you've also helped battle polio and things like that. So very critical in these countries where life can just hang in the balance every day for something that just can take a 5-cent pill to save their lives. So amazing team there. I'm so thankful for them and how they're changing lives. The arts, something else we've been focusing on, just the art may not look like here. They usually make it out of their environment. And also music. One of our music teams out in rural Zambia has won competitions, outgrowing like some of the choirs that have money and the kids that go to school that have money. So very proud of them. Volunteers, I talked a little bit about that today. We had 13,000 hours of volunteer work last year. It's critical to the ministry, critical to be able to use, be good stewards of our finance, but also to be blessed with the skills that you have, whatever those are. And we are just thankful from everybody that can do computer work, that can do physical work, or maybe somebody who can just sit down and do work that's sitting down. Or maybe you want to go across the globe and serve. So that's just a little bit about our pictures. So that's just a very quick overview. If you know me, I could probably talk all day long, but I want to just leave a minute for any questions you might have or anything you'd like to know. Yes.
2 questions.
Sure.
One, was her dad poisoned on purpose or accidental?
So sub-Saharan Africa is full of witch doctors. So we battle witchcraft and witch doctors. So usually when they say they were poisoned, maybe they died of a natural cause, but somebody was a witch and said they poisoned them. It's a daily issue.
Is safety a concern for your rescue houses? Like, are they ever taken out of a home and then like, somebody tries to come in and say, no, I need this kid back for the work or somebody bring me in?
We have child protection officers on our teams, so every school has a male and female. And all of our child protection officers were students in our school that were vulnerable and went to college. They are the go-between between the abuser and the child, so we don't get involved. It is that child protection officer that negotiates the release of that child where they've been used as hard labor, and they're able to work through that. And yes, there's safety risk for them, particularly if that child is used making money, making beer, prostitution, witch doctors. So, but they navigate it well because they live in that culture and they know how it works. So there are safety issues for our child protection officers, but I feel like they do a very good job. It's them that's probably lives on the line, not the child.
Just share a comment with this, my exposure to this, I think years ago, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know exactly, but you all were instrumental in saving a number of local kids, horrific situation. And so one of those kids started working for a contractor, home improvement contractor. Only came one day and they're doing some work. And I went out and watched it because I'm like, I can't do that. I was smart from struck up the conversation. But really, if they were back times, he got to the point where he's door code coming in, come home. Hey, how you doing? Hang out, have a beer once in a while and talk. What a phenomenal guy. We got really close and came through your program, saved by your program. Now expanding since moved to Florida.
Yes.
Brother and riding there, but all based on that.
Yes.
That experience. Rescue. So,
Yes, this ministry started because a group of boys was human trafficked here in the States from Zambia. And Samson, I saw him last week, actually, was one of those boys. But one of those boys is also a Glen Carbon police officer now. And so he's rescuing and helping in your community, one of those boys that was human trafficked. So we say the rescuer becomes the one that's going to help. The rescued becomes the rescuer. So anyway, any other questions? Yes.
Take a trip to India and volunteer and help. Is there a coordinated time of year that you do that?
We do. Some are on our website. We usually go the end of February. We're leaving May 20th. There's usually one in July and one in October. And the one in February, usually there's 2 trips. So there's usually 4 to 5 trips a year. You're on the ground usually 8 days, long days, 8 a.m. We work long days, but your life will be changed. I promise you it'll be the best trip of your life. Yes, we have about 5,020 kids in our schools, 7 campuses. We do start kindergarten, much to my dismay. I said, please do not put kindergartens in these schools. We don't have more classrooms. We have to, but they all have kindergarten now. The blessing is they don't listen to me. So our schools go from kindergarten through 12th grade. And all our teachers are accredited. All our staff is Zambians. We have about 150 teachers on staff in the country. And every school has cooks, security, child protection officers, as well as somebody that's kind of keeping the grounds up. Yes. Our students learn their native language to 4th grade, and then they start learning English. So Zambia is a country of tongues, 72 tongues. And depending on where you live and what tribe you are from, because it's tribal, is what tongue you'll speak. And they have a common one they share, and then around 4th grade, they learn English. So when they graduate high school, they are very fluent in English.
Megan,
Go ahead.
the meal packages, are they packed over there? Or
No, they're coming from the States. So we work with Convoy of Hope. I don't know if you're familiar with them. They're out of Springfield, Illinois. They're disaster relief, amazing organization, and also Feed My Starving Children. Feed the Hungry and Feed My Starving Children. So all the food is really coming through Feed My Starving Children. And it ships in through the containers. Right now we're getting it, like I said, this started several years ago. We're probably getting up to 2 containers a month that goes into our food security building. They have to clear the continent and then clear the country. So we are a nonprofit or an NGO in the country of Zambia. So they clear through that. And then it goes into the warehouse, it's inventoried, and then it's distributed.
Last,
That's okay.
so I'm gonna look at this, but there's a picture of maybe a baptism. Is there, what's the wrong? I don't know.
Is there what?
Clean water source like around.
It's not good. I mean, we're actually having to purchase something solar just so that we can get water in where we're staying. Because your water, you have a deep well you dig, right? And that water has to be pumped up into a tank through an electric pump. Well, there's a problem with electricity right now. So you can't pump the water because no water, it's a cycle. No water, no electricity, no electricity, no water. So most of the communities we serve in, they'll walk 2 hours to get water.
It's hot.
I'm not sure what that is. It might be just a hole in the ground where there happened to be some water and it was the rainy season.
Oh, it looks like a baptism.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't remember. Anna might build it. Let me see. I know that, but that is probably a river somewhere. That looks like a river. Or sometimes they'll actually go down into a creek. I would never get in it. Never. And, do a baptism down there. But there's very little water source right now. I think Zimbabwe, Zambia, Malawi are all experiencing the severe drought right now. The rainy season was from December to the end of March. I was there February to March and I don't even think we saw rain. So it stopped around January 20th. So everything just died. And the sad part is they spent their money on that seed. And you really can't irrigate when you don't have electricity or water or way to get that water out there. So everything I saw was not going to produce anything. Anything else? It sounds heavy, but there's a lot of joy and life transformation and the kids are doing good. So I just feel excited and happy for them because we think of America as this is the foundation. This is what things should look like. But really, I don't know that we have it. I see in that country, everybody is working to give back and working to help somebody else with a little bit that they have. And so I just see a lot of joy and a lot of hope, even among the huge challenges that we have. So thank you.